हेलो, गुड इवनिंग, वेलकम, सुस्वागतम। स्वागत है आपका आज के इस एक्सपर्ट टॉक लाइव शो में। सो टुडे इज आवर 95th एपिसोड एंड वी वेलकम यू ऑल। दिस इज द सीजन ऑफ फेस्टिवल्स गोइंग ऑन। सो स्वागत है आपका आज के इस एक्सपर्ट टॉक शो में एंड वी विल हैव आवर एक्सपर्ट ऑफ द डे, अतुल पुरी। सो लेट अस इनवाइट हिम ऑन द स्टेज। Yes, Atul ji, welcome on the show.
Namaskar.
Namaskar. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining in. And we are
Thank you
thankful
for
to
having me
you.
here.
We are thankful to you for accepting our invitation.
My pleasure, sir.
Yes, so audience, let us welcome our expert of the day, Atul Puri, and show me, welcome him. Type in hi. Yes, Manish, thank you for joining in. Yes, audience, show us thumbs up. Type in hi, hello, good evening. Do like and do share this session in your network if you're watching it on LinkedIn. If you're watching it on YouTube, then do subscribe our channel. Press the bell icon to get the regular updates. So let me start the session. Let me give a brief intro about our expert of the day, and then we'll have amazing questions and Q and A's from the audience as well. आप भी क्वेश्चंस पूछ सकते हैं हमें। कुछ क्वेश्चंस ऑलरेडी हमने सोशल मीडिया में ये इवेंट्स रखी हुई थी तो आए हुए हैं, तो वो भी हम कवर करेंगे। सो यस, लेट अस स्टार्ट द सेशंस वंस अगेन। यस, सुमीरा, थैंक यू फॉर जॉइनिंग इन। So yes, thank you, Humera, for joining in. Thank you, everyone. So Atul Puri is a leverage guru, and he works closely with industry bodies, startups, entrepreneurs, and academic institutions in the areas of innovations, growth hacking, business transformation, and strategic marketing. He coaches business owners to direct their business from survival to success, and he's a regular speaker on many platforms, enterprises, and curated events. The impact Atul has created so far is 10K participants have attended his masterclass till now. Even I have attended the one and it was amazing, I'll tell you. And you should attend his one of the masterclass, and that's amazing. And 1500 plus entrepreneurs have attended in-person program, and 100 plus businesses benefit from his blueprint and boot camps. And he has taken over 20 entrepreneurs through implementation journey till now. And he has also two books and has been interviewed by many platforms and channels. The book name is Goal for Mastering Business Success and Opportunity: The Journey from You to Yes. So that was amazing, Tulji. You are doing great, and thanks to Shakshi who has invited me on one of your master class, and that's the reason we are here on this live show. So thank you so much.
And I must say, Vipul, you're doing a great job. It takes somebody to bell the cat, and you belling too many cats.
Thank you. No, it's not.
And definitely thank you to Sakshi for having got us together. It's opened up a new world altogether.
It's all about sharing and caring. I get the yes node from the like-minded person like you who believes in sharing and caring. Because I used to say many a times in my shows that knowledge, experience, passion, profession तो बहुत में होता है, but वो givers gain, sharing and caring वाला mindset बहुत कम लोगों में होता है. So we have 90. This is 95th video show, and we have done eight audio events so far. So 100 plus events we have done cumulatively, and we have got all the like-minded persons like you who believe in sharing and caring, and they believe that givers gain. ज्ञान बांटने से, knowledge experience बांटने से बढ़ता है. That is their spirit. So we salute that spirit, and let's move on. Audience, you can engage, you can ask your questions, we would love to have them. So that was a brief intro from my side for Atulji, but we would like to know more about you. So tell us more about you and your journey till now. Over to you, sir.
I must definitely say that the journey has been enjoyable. I'm a small town boy, grew up in Himachal, did my education in Mumbai, and then after around 18 odd years in the corporate space, I thought that I wanted to contribute to the businesses at large. And this is when I started building a platform called eGrowth. The E here is not electronic. The E is exponential. I believe that all businesses can grow exponentially provided they're designed well. And this is what I've been doing, whether through my talks, whether through opportunities like these. I invite more people, more entrepreneurs to join the bandwagon of designing their businesses so that they grow at a fast pace. So I do train them, I coach, and I also consult businesses.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So audience, you can also check Atulji's LinkedIn profile. Dash Atul Puri, very simple and clear. You can check in, you can connect with him, and you can DM him after this session if you have any further query. So moving on with the very first question, uh, you call yourself as a leverage guru. So what is this leverage model and how it works?
Considering that I'm speaking to somebody from Gujarat, and we have a lot of respect for the people from Gujarat. They know how to do business, conduct business. And business is all about leveraging all the different resources that we have, whether it is money, men, methods, materials, market, our linkages. So I thought that that was the simplest thing somebody could do, both tangible and intangible assets. How do we leverage them? So that's what I've been promoting, and that's what I've been building. That is why along the journey people started calling me a guru, and I added the guru to the leverage.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. So simple, and following the traits is something different, but creating your own is require that requires a lot of guts. Yeah, so that's amazing. You are doing great. So very simple and very to the point answer. I must appreciate. And yes, audience, again, you can ask your question. You can share your opinion. We would love to have them. And moving on to the next question, what is Moj marketing or Uske Jugaad?
So I've realized that if we make things easy and lively, people tend to absorb them better, and they tend to make it better. हम जैसे ही उसको कठिन बनाएंगे या उसको मुश्किल बताएंगे बनाएंगे, तो सामने वाला उसे ड्रॉप कर देता है. इसी तरीके से बिजनेस इज नॉट डिफिकल्ट. बिजनेस इज नॉट सपोज टू बी ट्रीटेड एज समथिंग विच हैज टू बी डन. If business is something which is easy, which is enjoyable, so Mauj is Hindi for enjoyment. So that's why Mauj. So I was looking at what could it stand for. So Mauj stands for marketing or Uske Jugaad. So how can we be more innovative in marketing? That's the essence of Mauj. So marketing or Uske Jugaad, easy to remember, and Mauj karo, roz karo.
So that's the title of the session: growth hacking, Mauj kar, Roj kar. So that's amazing. So this Mauj is something related to growth hacking. So what is the fundamental principles of growth hacking, and especially for startups? But we can we can discuss in broader sense also. So please give insight on this.
So hacking is, in the software terms or the IT terms, hacking is actually breaking into the system. All right. Whereas hacking otherwise is about beating something. Okay. Now both the terms are kind of negative, but when we look at the positive aspect, when you beat something, you're able to grow. To give you an example, आजकल क्योंकि फेस्टिव सीजन है, काजू कतली काफी बिकती है. काजू कतली बिकती है, तो काजू कतली के ऊपर सिल्वर का वो लगता है, वर्क लगता है. तो सिल्वर को चांदी को पीट कर बनाया जाता है. सो इन इंग्लिश वी वुड कॉल दिस, इट इज सिल्वर इज हैक्ड टू मेक चांदी का वर्क. So similarly, how can we hack growth? That is what growth hacking is all about. This is my explanation and understanding of growth hacking.
That's amazing. Yes, so you have given the very right example, like the basic fundamental examples. Can you give one or two more examples on that for any professionals, any working industry or like that?
Definitely. So I'll give you an example from around maybe 30-35 years ago. Okay. So I'm sure most of our viewers, they would recall that there was a brand called Nokia. Okay. They went on to become the largest player in the mobile phone space. And when they came to India, at that point in time, India did not really have stores or retail which could support mobile phones. All right. So what Nokia did was, so Nokia incidentally was launched in India through HCL, and HCL was their master distributor for India. There was a time when HCL had a turnover of 5,000 crores only by selling mobile phones, Nokia mobile phones. All right. And how did they reach there? Is that they would go to stores with white goods, and the white goods stores, they said that they've got big products, washing machines and televisions and refrigerators. In that, they don't want to sell a piddly small piece which does not have too much of a market. So these people, HCL, as you would know, they are really frugal, they really think through. So what they did was, they went and they started approaching the photocopy shops, which used to be called as Xerox shops, or they also went to the simple panwala, and they started leaving the phone there on a consignment basis. That once you sell the phone, only then we will take the money. Imagine those are times when there were no mobile phone shops. So this is how they created a new market altogether. And today there is no marketplace in India which does not have a few mobile phone shops. It
Agreed.
started with such a humble beginning. That is growth hacking for me.
To break the market, to crack the market. That's
Absolutely. Create a new market altogether. Right into the market.
that's amazing and a realistic, very true example. So yeah, the next question is, how can data analytics and metrics drive effective growth hacking strategies, so how it can help us?
Wow. Had you asked me this question around 15 years back, I would probably not have any answer. But what has happened over the past 20 odd years? So internet came to India in 1995. Okay. So today internet has been there for well over 2 decades. During this period, the penetration of internet has become very high.
Agreed.
Because of that, the data points and the data available has also skyrocketed. There is mammoth amount of data. Okay. So today, an insurance company exactly knows how many subscribers are supposed to pay money today. They know whose policy is expiring tomorrow. They know whose policy is expiring in a week. And
Agreed.
1 month before the expiry date, they already start how to upsell it without using people. They go to the extent that there's the voice notes which get delivered through the phone, or WhatsApp messages which get delivered, and a policy which was sold for 20,000 rupees 2 years back, that gets sold for 40,000 rupees this time, with a variable piece to it. This is data analytics and matrices used on the ground. Imagine in a country like India where there are so many insurance policies which need to get renewed. If they were to put people to actually make the calls, they would go belly up every minute.
Practically
So that's
difficult,
data
yeah, difficult, very
matrices.
difficult.
Absolutely.
So great, good example. So yes, audience, we are
I must definitely say that you've selected really awesome
thank you so
questions.
much.
You've done a
Thank
great
you
job
so
at it.
much. So, what role do user acquisitions and retentions play in growth hacking, as you've said, given the examples of insurance policies and all this. So, what role it plays?
All right. So if I would say any business is only about two things, it's about customers and it is about the value that the business provides to the customer. The entire business is all about identifying that value and delivering that value to the customer. All right. Now, how the customer speaks to the business, how the customer creates that value, how the business creates that value, and how the business delivers that value. What are the channels they use? What are the mechanisms they use? What is the technology they use? How do they engage with the customer? All that is separate. Everything boils around value creation and value delivery. Okay. Now, coming to acquisition and retention of the customer. Customer today and always has been smart. Customer is always looking at where there is additional value.
Agreed.
So there is a kind of a bank which is going on, or a calculator which is going on in the mind, whether the value is enough or more than what I'm paying. And when it is paying, a customer does. Okay, so let me ask you a question. When a customer pays for a product or a service, what is he paying? In what terms, what currency is he paying?
And rupees, Indian rupees.
Awesome. So whether it is Indian rupees
Yeah.
or US dollars or whichever currency,
Currency,
that is
yeah, money,
money,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right? But that is only one part of it. The customer pays in at least three currencies, and it is more.
Wow, would love to know that.
You want to know? Fantastic. So he pays in terms of money. Okay. He pays in terms of time, and he also pays in terms of energy.
True.
So the total cost of any product or service is time, cost, and time, money, and
And
energy.
I would add one more factor, trust also.
Absolutely, trust. Trust is a value. It's not the
True,
cost as such. Trust is the value that the company is
true,
providing.
true.
But the customer is paying in these three currencies.
Agreed.
Okay. So if the customer says that it sees that he is paying 10 rupees extra and he is saving half an hour and he is saving all that energy which he can use for something else, he would be willing to pay that premium of 10 rupees. All right. Now, this is where the acquisition and retention plays a role. Is the business creating enough value, delivering enough value? All right.
Great.
Have I answered your
Yes,
question?
perfect, perfect. You've answered it with a right example and perfect. So now the next question is one of my favorite questions, as you are giving the very good live and realistic example. So can you share successful examples of companies that have employed growth hacking techniques? We have got few examples already, but if you can add few more examples, then that would be very interesting one.
So one example I already gave to you of Nokia. All right. Another example I'll give to you is of Maruti. Okay. Maruti, when they came to India, they came as a challenger brand. We already had a market leader. In fact, we had two market leaders which were like neck to neck. And India thought that Maruti was a small car and it would never succeed. Okay.
Right.
But Maruti had different designs altogether. They they took growth hacking to a very different extent altogether. The first set of machines, or rather the cars which came to India, They came as CKDs. Do you know what is CKD?
No.
Okay. CKD is completely knocked down kits. In the sense, the entire car came from Japan, from Suzuki.
Wow.
They just came to India and assembled it and delivered it.
Wow.
All right. And then in India, they started indigenizing it 5%, 10%, 20%. Today, India is a research R&D hub for Suzuki. It's the
Wow.
other way around. There are products, there are cars which are designed for India, designed for the world from
Wow.
India. Okay, one piece. Second piece, India at that time did not really have branded service stations. Service stations used to be, there used to be trusted mechanics who would service your car. Maruti brought in the concept of a service station wherein the car would go through a series of checks, one, two, three, four steps. They brought in the concept. Later on, it started being known as Kaizen and Six Sigma and the likes. Maruti brought that in. So, what they did was they took away the pain of getting a car serviced. They made a model service station, which incidentally was in Delhi,
Wow.
which still exists and which is a separate firm under the Maruti framework. This is where they keep on testing their service piece. Okay, that was one piece. India did not have structured logistics for cars. The first plant of plant of Maruti was in Gurgaon, and they did not have any truckers. Okay, so what did they do? They got a local fellow, they trained them, and today they are one of the largest players. They have got one of the largest fleets. That company is called Om Logistics. They trained them, they got them to buy the trucks, they got them to design the trucks, and further. All right. So now this is how they brought in growth hacking techniques. So they empowered their partners such that they could serve their customers.
Wow. So if you don't have backward or forward resources, then you can or you should develop that thing to be the successful.
So one of the dialogues from Amitabh Bachchan's movie is "हम जहाँ खड़े होते हैं लाइन वहीं से शुरू होती है."
That's that's the spirit. That's the spirit. Great,
Right?
great.
So a growth hacker, he does not say कि जी, if all this would happen, only then I'll be able to deliver. He says हम जहाँ खड़े होते हैं लाइन वहीं से शुरू होती है.
True, true. That is what the that's why it's hacking word is used there. Ki it's creating the requirement or creating the opportunities or likewise. Great, great. So we have one question from audience. Humaira Afrin is asking that Tulji, can you please share some do's and don'ts of growth hacking as we were discussing till now about growth hacking and Mauj Karo, Mauj format. So if you can explain do's and don'ts someone should take care while implementing this growth hacking strategies.
So I will answer this question in a very in a different manner. I don't have a list for do's and don'ts for a very simple reason that the syllabus is not defined. All
True,
right.
true, true.
But to add to this, what I would do is I would say that as a couple of minutes back, I said business is only about two things. It's about the customer and it is about the value that you're creating. So the do is focus on the customer and focus on how you're creating value. So anything and everything that you do to create and deliver that value, that is a do for growth hacking. Anything that retards the growth or reduces the value, that is a don't. And now a word of caution here. Something that reduces the value is not what I think is the value. If I may ask you, or Humera, you might want to answer, what do you think is valuable? My thought or the customer's thought? Who decides what is valuable?
Of course, customers,
Awesome. So the moment I start thinking that what I am giving is valuable, then I'm digging my grave.
true, true,
तो
true,
जो स्टेट ट्रांसपोर्ट है ना, या कई और जगहों पर भी लिखा होता है, सावधानी हटी दुर्घटना घटी.
true, true, true.
All right, so we've got to be cautious of it. The business exists only and only to serve the customer. If you are doing something which is not serving the customer, don't do it.
Great, great. So it's not about giving the value addition, or it's not giving about giving the products or services. It's about giving the solutions, understanding the requirement, and fulfilling
Absolutely.
that gap.
Absolutely.
Great, great, great. So hope you got the answer, Humera. So the next question from my end is, what are the ethical considerations in growth hacking, and how can companies maintain integrity?
This again is an extension of the same explanation which I gave. So anything that creates value is ethical. Okay, and that is what we must continue to do. Integrity. I say it like this: do what you say what you do, and third and more important thing is also do what is expected of you.
Wow. Reading between the lines.
Absolutely. So say what I do means आजकल the products they've in the labels they've started putting what all is there inside the pack,
True.
right? So that is say what you do. Second is do what you say. So sometime back, I think one of the product company, one of the biscuit making companies, they had to pay a fine because the pack was supposed to have 13 biscuits and maybe there were 12 biscuits. So when the promise was 13 biscuits, it should have been 13 biscuits,
True.
right? So say what you do what you say, also do what is expected of you. I'll give you a classic example to this.
Yes, much
You
expected
you you
because
you you heard of McDonald's, right?
true. Yeah.
When we pay for a burger, what are we paying for?
Of course, the uh, food item, ingredients,
Right? So we're paying for the burger,
burger, of course.
okay,
Yeah.
right? Best case scenario, burger packaged such that it is handled in a better manner.
True.
Along with the burger, there is a sachet of ketchup because ketchup is also expected.
True.
But then along with that, they also give you a tissue paper. Nowhere in
Even
the promise is it written that they are to give you a tissue paper. So tissue paper is something which is given to you, which is expected of you, means which is expected of McDonald and not promised.
true. True.
Sorry. So this is being at home, all right?
I can understand completely. Completely understand.
Just give me a moment.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. So, audience, I'm sure you are enjoying the session, and be active, be participative. You can ask your question. Thank you, Umira, for asking your question, and I'm sure you got your answer. And yes, so Atulji is back, and we were discussing about this question. You gave the great example of McDonald, that we are buying tissue, we are buying McDonald, but tissue is never committed or never expected. But they are not forgetting to deliver, give it with every order, every product. So that is something value addition, or say that is something giving without expectations. So
Now they started charging for the sachet of ketchup.
True,
extra ketchup, but still they give the tissues
true,
free,
true, true.
right?
So that's amazing. That's amazing. So, Atulji, before moving to the next question, I would like to know about, as you've written two books. One is Golf, Mastering Business Business Mastering Business Success, and another is Opportunity, the journey from you to yes. So, if you can speak a minute for each book, then that will be also great. Would like to know more about it. And audience, we will also put in the link of that books. You can definitely buy them from online. So yeah, Atulji, over to you.
Perfect. So this is my first book, Golf Mastering Business
Wow,
Success, and this one is the second book, Opportunity: The Journey from You to
great.
Yes. All right. So these are again pretty simple books. Sorry, what was
So
the question
so
about this?
what is there in that book, or if you can give a gist about the book each. I know it's not enough to narrate the entire book, but if you can just give a gist, like 3 hours की मूवी का एक ट्रेलर कितना 30 seconds का होता है ना, likewise.
सही है. So, so I spent around 20 years in the corporate space. After that, I thought that I must work with small businesses to help them grow their business. And I spent around 5 years working on the growth piece. I was building a platform called e-growth. तो उसमें 5 साल के बाद मुझे ये लगा कि भाई ना मेरी ग्रोथ हो रही है ना कस्टमर की ग्रोथ हो रही है, ये लोचा क्या है, राइट?
कुछ तो गलत जा रहा है.
गलत तो नहीं जा
कुछ
रहा, कुछ
मिसिंग है
मिसिंग है,
या.
राइट? राइट. ओके. So then, what I realized was while we are talking about growth, the business owner does not need growth, does not seek growth. Now, this is a radical statement. Okay. Why the business owner does not need or seek growth is because they are firefighting on an everyday basis. तो जब आग बुझेगी तब तो ग्रोथ के बारे में सोचेंगे.
True.
Next question was, why is it that they are in a firefighting mode? The answer to that is they are in a firefighting mode because their business is not designed well. So my next question was, okay, if it is not designed well, what next? So as I said, हम जहाँ खड़े होते हैं लाइन वहीं से शुरू होती है. So डिजाइन कौन बनाएगा? मैं ही बनाऊंगा. So I created a business model design themselves. This is called as the leverage model.
Wow.
Okay. So every business it has three stages: design, develop, and diversify. Okay. Golf is the acronym for the design piece of the leverage model. Okay. We start in the opposite direction. We start with the F word. Okay. People don't want to speak about the F word, but that F is very, very, very important.
True.
Okay. Those who are afraid of F word, should I tell you what is the F word?
Yes, sure.
F is future.
Future.
And
uh,
and this and this F word gets us to the other F word because we don't have the future in place.
True.
Right? The L is lifeline. So if I may ask you, what according to you is the lifeline of the business?
Continuous improvement, continuous, slow and steady, but continuous growth.
So I kind of differ here. The product is the lifeline of the business. अगर आप एक समोसा बनाने वाले हैं और आपकी दुकान के बाहर लाइन लगी हुई है कस्टमर्स की, अगर आपके पास समोसा नहीं है तो बेचेंगे क्या? Right?
Very
So
true.
if you are in business and you don't have the lifeline, you don't have the product, your business is not existing, right?
True.
So after you know the future, your lifeline is the most critical thing. The third, O, is opportunity. Opportunity is the market that you're addressing. So once you know where are you headed, once second, you know what are you selling, third is whom are you selling and where are you selling, that is the time when you are ready to create a plan for your business. And instead of using the term plan, I use the term game design. So G is game design. So golf is game design, opportunity, lifeline, and future.
Wow, that's so simple.
Yes, everything is simple. Mauj kar, rose kar.
Great, great, great.
All right. The second one, so opportunity, the journey from you to yes. This is the O from golf, the opportunity. So how do you identify the opportunity? Where do you go after? How, what all is included in the opportunity? That is what is covered in that book. The journey from you to yes. O is the owner. O is you. And the Y is a yes. So how do you get the customer to say a yes? So that is the journey from the owner to a yes from the customer.
Wow,
That's opportunity for the journey from you to yes.
great, great. So, yeah, moving on to one of the final question from my end. That how do emerging technologies now? Nowadays AI is in boom. Artificial intelligence is booming everywhere. So, how this technology, emerging technologies such as AI and blockchain impact the future of growth hacking?
All right. So this is a good question at this stage because we'll be able to tie a lot of things that we spoke about. Okay. So somewhere earlier you asked about data analytics, right? With so much data being available, why do you want to create the data all over again? Why don't you use that data? So when you're using that data, the output that you're getting is the outcome of AI, artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, in the layman terms, it chews on the existing data and gives you reliable outputs. That is what AI is all about. 20 years back, 25 years back, it was irrelevant because at that time the data was not there. Today,
True,
there is tons and tons and tons of data, and that is what's happening. Today, when you go to LinkedIn and you're trying to type a message or on WhatsApp, you're trying to type a message, it gives you a suggestion. It gives you a suggestion based on how you've been using the tool, and that's very personalized.
true.
All right. If you are on Gmail, it almost drafts the entire mail for you because it knows what's the tone that you use, what's the kind of tone that will go there.
So the world
And
is
then when you say AI, we cannot have a conversation without Chat GPT,
agreed.
right? Now, Chat GPT that is sitting on data which was available as of 2021. Okay, the free version that is working on a dated data. And what it does is all different sources that is that it picks those data, chews that data, and gives you a digestible form. That's all what it is doing. And it is going to become better. The ChatGPT 4.0, which is a paid version, a premium version, that makes it much more personalized. My tone, the kind of questions I ask, the questions I've asked in past, it keeps on collecting that as well, and then delivers me something which I want as if I'm speaking.
With the latest data as well.
Absolutely, a tone which is mine. All right. Now coming to blockchain. What is blockchain?
Crypto.
No. Crypto is sitting on blockchain. Crypto is one of the applications of blockchain. Do you
Okay.
consider?
Okay, that would be interesting because general perception is blockchain is equal to crypto.
Fortunately, you're speaking to an engineer who's been a business developer through his life.
Wow.
So I have been in this entire space. I am a techie who's a business guy. A deadly combination, I tell you. Okay. So a ledger, again, coming back to Gujaratis one again, okay? Hisab kitab, right? And this is an open ledger. That means this ledger is replicated in multiple places. Suppose one data gets erased for some reason, you are still able to recreate that data because this will be available on various sources, various servers, various devices. Now, tying this to a word you asked sometime back, which is called integrity. Say what you do and do what you say. All right.
Perfect.
Now, let us take the example of Gujarat. Gujarat is a producer of bananas. Gujarat is the producer of bananas. How do I know whether this banana is ripe, whether it is an organic banana or they use pesticides? How do I know whether this is consumable? How many days old is it? How do I know whether it has been ripened artificially? We're talking about sustainability. That's another question which you not asked. Okay. So now using blockchain, you're able to maintain the entire life cycle of the banana. Where did that seed come from? When was the land cultivated or prepared? In that land, in the past 10 years, 20 years, has any pesticide or these synthetic fertilizers been used? What is the water level there? What is the organic thing? So all that data, you put that in the ledger. So maybe that data comes from your land records. Okay. Then there is another data which probably comes from the seismology. There's another set of data which probably comes from the irrigation department. There's another set of data which comes from somewhere else. There is something else which comes from ICR, Indian Council of Agricultural Research. And then you put all those together and then you know, yes, this is organic. Now this is organic. You can certify that it is organic because you're able to track that this comes from this field. It was sowed on this particular date. This is the farmer who cultivated it. This is the produce that they had on in after so many days it was harvested and it left this field and it was delivered to Delhi, and in Delhi on this date it was delivered through this truck, through this shop, and tuck 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 tuck. This is the layman use of blockchain.
Entire life cycle.
Yes. So when you talk about cryptocurrency, cryptocurrency is the online version. So if you would recall, cryptocurrency, there are farms on which cryptocurrency is found. All right.
Crypto, they call it crypto farming.
Absolutely, crypto farming. So that is where there is a seed key which is put, and then that seed key can be split into multiple. So one coin can be split into I don't know how many times. That is how. So what you're able to do is in one server it was created and then it was distributed, and you're able to keep the entire chain. Who created it? When was it first used? Who split it? Who gave to whom? Who gave to whom? Everything you. So there is no black marketing there. Nothing of that kind. So that is one of the use cases of blockchain. Okay.
Wow.
Imagine blockchain being used for healthcare. Imagine when you were born, that day your data was put in a server somewhere. What is your dad's DNA? What is your mother's DNA? What is your grandfather's DNA? What is everybody's DNA? Anything you have to do with your eyes or your skin or your bones or anything, everything is put there. And then you're able to corroborate it with the medicine, what was consumed 20 years back.
Wow.
Wow, right? Imagine that was a time when there is a medicine which had some bit of arsenic. So, are you likely to get a cancer today?
Side effect.
whatsoever. I'm just giving a hypothetical case, that is
Yeah,
blockchain.
yeah. Layman's example. True, true,
So
true.
now coming to growth hacking. Okay, I have my customers. How about retaining the entire life cycle of my customer, being in communication with them when they want, on a device on which they want, all this connected through blockchain. They use AI there, so I need not have personal interaction, but still they have a personal experience. That is the benefit of AI and blockchain.
Great.
So today, when we use WhatsApp, we get those bots. One, two, three options. Do you want to attend it online? Do you want to attend it on Zoom? Do you want to attend it on right now? It is on this one, YouTube also, right? So you can have different questions. It'll answer. It'll give you back maybe the copy of the presentation, maybe a copy of the recording, all that stuff. All that is some level of AI or automation, if not AI.
Wow. Well answered. You just nailed it, I'll say. So that was amazing. We got to know so many things with so many real life examples, and that was completely, amazing. I must say. So thank you, Atulji, for all these insights, inputs, and everything. Audience, you can connect with अतुल पुरी. ये इनका लिंक्डइन आईडी है, मैं आपको चैट बॉक्स में भी अभी ऐड कर रहा हूँ, तो यू कैन डेफिनेटली कनेक्ट विथ हिम एंड यू कैन स्टे इन टच विथ हिम. यूट्यूब के डिस्क्रिप्शन में भी हम ये इनका लिंक्डइन एंड यूट्यूब लिंक रखेंगे, तो डेफिनेटली यू कैन कनेक्ट. एंड इनकी जो बुक्स है उसकी लिंक भी हम यूट्यूब डिस्क्रिप्शन में रखेंगे, तो डेफिनेटली you can connect with him. And yes, so before leaving you, one final words from you, your final advice to our audience.
So we are in a VUCA world, all right, where there's a lot of uncertainty. We are chasing a moving target. तो ऐसी परिस्थिति में ये एक्सपेक्ट करना कि जी जो आज से 10 साल पहले चल रहा था वो आगे होगा, ऐसा नहीं है. सो आई हैव बीन टॉकिंग अबाउट ट्रांसफॉर्म और पेरिश, बदलो या चल दो. So in this entire series, past couple of quarters, I've been delivering programs which are related to this: transform your business, growth hacking. Mauj was, I think, 3 months back. That was out of listening to my customers. What do they need? And that's all what I do. Most of the times, I don't repeat my program. Okay. As of today, what I've been doing is every month I lead a boot camp, which is a growth hacking boot camp, which has 5 modules on business design. How do you design your business? That is critical. It's like if you're building a building and if you don't have a great foundation, you are inviting an accident. All right. The other 5 modules, they are on growth hacking. Growth hacking is something which will give you a pipeline of money coming into your business. My next program, which I've scheduled on the 18th of November, that is named Create. Okay. Having a business with competitive advantage. Now, Create is an acronym. C is challenge, R is resolution, E is empathy, T is trust, and E is execution. So, if you want to have or create a business with competitive advantage, you first need to understand what's the challenge. What is the objective that you're going after? All right. And then create a solution around that, the resolution, the strategy around that. E is empathy. Empathy is the cornerstone of any business. The business exists for the customer, and if you're not empathetic to the customer, you are calling death. Okay, so empathy. Trust. Once you're empathetic, you're building trust. You must take trust to the next level every moment. This is exactly what you've been doing. So today, with the 95th episode, you're building trust with the people who are listening to you, right?
True, true.
And the best strategies on this planet fall flat if they are not executed well.
Execution is the key.
Execution is the key, action is the key,
Action is the key.
right? So I think Steve Jobs, somewhere he said, first get going and then get better.
True, true, true,
So
true.
the words slightly more than what you asked me to say.
Great, great. So for me, takeaways: be the change, and execution is the key. So that is
Absolutely.
required. Thank you so much for all this learning and all this sharing. We wish you all the best for whatever you are doing, and you are doing amazing. As you said, you are every few months you are coming up with something different, and not repeating one stereotyped programs and courses. So that is amazing. Wishing you all the best, and keep it up. And we would love to have you again with some different topic on our expert talk show. And बस ऐसे ही जुड़े रहिए हमसे सर. Stay with us. Thank you.
Namaskar.
Thank you so much.
And wish you a great festive season ahead.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, yes, audience, thank you for joining in, and see you then. Thank you.
Yep.
Yes, so audience, this was our 95th episode, and we would love to have you again next week. Weekend में ऐसे ही हम different industry experts को बुलाएंगे. So stay tuned. Follow us on LinkedIn if you're watching it there to get our regular updates about different career and HR related updates. And if you're watching it on YouTube, then do subscribe my YouTube channel, Vipul the Wonderful, and press the bell icon to get the regular updates. Audience, this session was powered by Post Resume, which is so we are providing mid to senior level IT and engineering recruitments across India and Africa since 2007. So do connect with us if you're looking for any help or any support from us. So with that note, greetings of festivals. Enjoy, have fun with family, and thank you. See you next week.